Hey ladies, I have a question for you. Are you a yes mom or a no mom? I have a confession. I am a proud yes mom. I say yes to my children anytime I can. Now, you may be sitting and thinking, oh no, she's probably got some really spoiled, bratty children. Nope, I don't. My children know how to actually handle no. But the truth is, I offer no so rarely that they actually don't have to practice hearing no. They practice hearing yes. And here's the psychology behind why. I believe that when we raise our children with a yes in their spirit, they take that into life and it actually empowers them to go for the things that they want to achieve. It builds in them a certain level and degree of self-confidence and boldness and assertiveness. And the truth is, most of the time, the reason that people are not doing the things that they really want to do and going for the things that they really want is because they believe that there's a barrier when there really isn't. And usually that barrier was created in their mind by who raised them and the fear that they actually have of failure. And so I want my children to actually experience success. I want them to see success as often as they can. So when they go for something or they're striving or working for or asking for or attempting, I want them to experience success with yes. And so I offer yes as often as I absolutely can. You know, there is a collar that you can put on a dog that will give them a shock every time they go past a certain boundary. And what that collar does is it trains the dog to actually know their boundary, know how far to go before they've gone too far. And the dog will, when they first wear the collar, they'll approach the boundary, maybe even cross the boundary and get this little shock, not a deadly shock, because that would be inhumane. Some people think the shock in and of itself is inhumane, but we won't argue that point right now. The shock will actually say to them, get back inside the boundary, and they will quickly learn how far they can go before they're going to get a shock. Now, here's the crazy thing. After you collar train using that electric shock, a dog, you can take the collar off and the dog won't actually go across that boundary. Why? There's a learned behavior of I don't pass this point. The exact same thing is true every time we say no to our children. It teaches them to limit the things they ask for. It teaches them to not go for the things they want. Think about yourself. Think about the things that is self-limiting beliefs that are keeping you from going for the things you want, the dreams you have, the passions and desires in your heart. Is it possible there's a no in your spirit? Where did that no come from? My son, Malachi, he's my youngest. We call him Shoot the Shot Mally because Mally is always going to ask for what he wants. And the funny thing is that I think he asks because he takes a gamble that mommy's probably going to say yes. That's because he has me as a mom. He knows that his mom loves to see him happy, loves to see him enjoying life, loves to see him getting the things that he wants and asks for. And I honestly believe that many adults say no just because they can. Not because it's really necessary to say no, but just because they're the big people and they're the adults and they're the ones in charge. And I can say no, so I'm going to say no. My question is always, why not? When my kids ask me something, in my mind, I immediately think, is there a reason for me to say no? Other than just because I can. I remember my dad was a no dad. And we knew it was easier to ask for forgiveness than to ask dad for permission. So if we wanted to go to the corner store to get ourselves a treat during the summer days when everybody was outside playing and, getting ices and all of these things, we didn't have ice cream trucks. We had the corner store. And we would go. We didn't ask daddy, can we go to the store? Because his answer was always going to be no. You know what we do? We just go. And then if he saw us with whatever snack it was, we'd explain, we were just hot and we wanted something. We didn't ask because we already anticipated no. My son asks because he anticipates yes. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that translates into so many other areas of his life where he goes for what he wants. Mommy, can I have a second dessert? No, you don't need a second dessert. And he's okay with no, because I've also taught him how to receive no, right? That's a part of character development as well. But he respects my no because he understands that they're given so sparingly that if mommy said no, it's a real no. It's not just it's something that she just wanted to say because she could. He actually respects no's more because he knows that the answer is most often yes. There's so many things that our children can and will achieve if they have yes in their spirit when they're going after it. If they want to try something new, yes is in their spirit because mom said, I can. That gives a child so much confidence and esteem and sense of efficacy, and it actually will counteract that self-limiting voice that keeps most of us from ever going after and ever achieving all of our potential. So I challenge you today, switch over to the other side. Come on over here. Become a yes mom. Obviously not to the extent where you never say no and you never establish healthy, necessary boundaries, but absolutely as often as you can say yes. Why not? God bless.